What's happening, YouTube? Welcome to the Mr. Winslow channel. I am Mr. Winslow, your host, and today we're going to be discussing Zombie Apocalypse Survival Kit / Tactics. I do realize that there have been scores of YouTube videos which have dealt primarily with the top 5 weapons or the top 5 gears that can be used in the event of a zombie apocalypse. However, we still need to know about the tactics. And I do believe that this video is going to shed some much needed light on that subject. For we must incorporate the tactics with the weaponry to wage a highly successful campaign against the armies of the undead. So let's get started, shall we? Number 1 on the tactics list, or letter A, is going to deal with area awareness. Area awareness is simply a situation of you knowing your location and you also knowing the zombie's location. Now, I do realize that people do not pull out crystal balls and wave their hand over and say, yes, I know what the zombies are, and I know that in a zombie apocalypse, electricity will probably be down, so nobody can use their GPS to locate the zombies. Yes, I do realize this. However, we can use a little common sense to evade those zombies. If you came from a city which had a huge population, chances are that city is now infested with zombies. So it would be unwise for you to go back there. So that is area awareness in action. Area awareness simply deals with you knowing your location and you knowing the zombie's location. Know the location of your enemy, and this is going to give you a huge leg up on the competition. It's going to double your survival most definitely. So let's keep that in mind as the first tactic that can be used against the zombies. Area awareness. Number 2, or letter B, is going to deal with the base of operations. This is very self-explanatory because your base of operations is going to give you shelter. It's going to give you a time to be with your group, whether that group consists of 1 man, 2 men, or 20 men. A base of operations is essential because you can make last-minute repairs, you can hatch plans, you can definitely trade and barter some of your weaponry, some of your medicines, some of your food, whatnot. You can definitely pull those resources together and say, look, since we're at this base of operations and since we are separated from the zombies, we can definitely hatch a very good plan to use against them. So the base of operations is going to be number 2, or letter B. If we look at the third tactic, or letter C, this is going to deal with clear communications. Clear communications are very simple. I know that may sound very redundant or very childlike, but nonetheless, you may have some people in your group that may not speak English. You may have some people in your group that may come from another country. You may have some people in your group that cannot even hear at all. But nonetheless, it is up to you and the people in your group to communicate their ideas very clearly. You must be concise and clear in your dealings with your people. In the military, we used to have a saying, an acronym, if you will, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. This is something that you definitely want to keep in mind. Clear communication is going to give you a huge leg up on having the area awareness in place, having the base of operations in place. Clear communication definitely has to be the third item, which is just as important as 1 and 2. If we look at the fourth and final tactic that can be used in surviving a zombie apocalypse, this deals with being decisive and deadly. What do I mean by being decisive and deadly? Well, you must be decisive with the people in your crew. You must be able to look them in the eye and tell them in sincerity, hey, I think we need to bump this joint. There are too many of those walkers around. Those dead people are congregating by the creek. There used to be 2 yesterday, but this morning there were 18. We have to get out of here. Yes, you must be decisive. The number one thing that can kill you is being indecisive, so definitely be decisive. Make your decision and work that decision. Act upon it. And being deadly. It makes no sense for you to have a katana, a SOCOM 16, an AR-15, a Mossberg 500 shotgun, or any other weapon and not know how to use that weapon. It would be some pathetic shit indeed if you had two AR-15s with armor-piercing rounds, however, you couldn't hit a single zombie. Yeah, definitely want to be deadly. Definitely want to be very seasoned and experienced and knowledgeable in the maintenance, upkeep, and effective use of your weapon. Remember, zombies can be stopped by a direct trauma to the brain. If you are going to be using something, whatever weapon you use, be highly proficient in the use of that weapon. In closing, YouTube community, please take these things that we talked about seriously. Area awareness, base of operations, clear communications, and being deadly and decisive. I'll see you on the winning side. Peace.